Okay, friends, we've made it to the section that causes more confusion than almost anything else in respiratory assessment. Voice sounds, bronchophony, egophony, whispered pectoriloquy. And honestly, the first time I learned these, I thought nursing school was messing with me because somehow hearing your patient more clearly is actually bad. That feels backwards. But by the end of this section, it's going to make sense. Before we talk about any of the voice sound tests, I need you to remember one thing. Fluid carries sound better than air. That's it. That's the cheat code. Write it down. Put it on a sticky note. Text it to your study group. Fluid carries sound better than air. Because once you understand that, all 3 voice sound tests become easy. Normally, healthy lungs are full of air. Air muffles sound. So when a patient talks, you should not hear them clearly through the chest wall. Muffled is normal. Let me say that again. Muffled is normal. Because NCLEX loves to test that. Bronchophony, pronunciation, bronchophony. At some point, I thought they were making this word up, but it's actually simple. The patient says 99. Your job is to listen. That's it. Normal lungs, the sound is muffled. Abnormal lungs, the sound becomes loud, clear, distinct, almost like the patient is talking directly into your stethoscope. And if that happens, your brain should immediately think consolidation, because something is helping sound travel more efficiently. Okay, friends, let's see if this is making sense. A nurse asks a patient to repeat 99 while auscultating the lungs. The words sound unusually loud and clear. Pause here and think about what that finding suggests. I'll give you a few seconds. Ready? Consolidation. Because fluid carries sound better than air. Egophony. Pronunciation. Egophony. Okay, friends, this is my favorite one because it's absolutely ridiculous. The patient says, E, simple enough. But when you listen, you hear A, and suddenly your patient sounds like a goat. Congratulations. Your patient is not turning into livestock. That's egophony. And once you learn it, you'll never forget it. Normal lungs, no goat sounds. Consolidated lungs, now E sounds like A. And that's why NCLEX loves this finding, because it's weird. And weird things are memorable. A patient says E during a respiratory assessment. The nurse hears A. Pause here and think about the finding. I'll give you a few seconds. Ready? Egophony, a classic sign of lung consolidation. Whispered pectoriloquy. Pronunciation, pectoriloquy. And yes, that is a ridiculous word. The patient whispers, usually numbers, usually 1, 2, 3. And your job is to listen. Normal lungs, the whisper is faint, hard to hear, muffled. Abnormal lungs, you hear the whisper clearly. Again, the same concept. Fluid carries sound better than air. Same cause. Different test. Let's see if you've got it. Bronchophony. Patient says 99. You hear it clearly. Egophony. Patient says E. You hear A. Whispered pectoriloquy. Patient whispers. You hear it clearly. What do all 3 have in common? Consolidation. Fluid. Increased sound transmission. Same concept. 3 different tests. Okay, friends, let's do a rapid fire review of the entire respiratory assessment. Crackles, fluid. Wheezes, narrowed airways. Bronchi, secretions. Pleural friction rub, inflammation. Tripod position, respiratory distress. Barrel chest, COPD. Resonance, normal air. Dullness, fluid. Hyperresonance, too much air. Fremitus, vibration. Increased fremitus, consolidation. Patient says E and you hear a egophony. Patient says 99 and you hear it clearly, bronchophony. Patient whispers and you hear it clearly, whispered pectoriloquy. And what's the biggest cheat code from this entire lecture? Fluid carries sound and vibration better than air. Okay, friends, if respiratory assessment feels overwhelming, that's normal. The first time I learned this stuff, it felt like 50 unrelated facts. But once I realized that most respiratory findings come back to a few simple concepts, everything started making sense. Can the patient move air? Can the patient exchange gases? How hard are they working to do it? And remember the biggest cheat code from this entire series: fluid carries sound and vibration better than air. If you remember that, you'll already be ahead of where I was when I first learned this material. Good luck on your exam. You've got this. And I'll see you in the next cheat codes for nursing students video.